Hello, welcome to another episode of Explore Living. Well, as you can see, I'm now in West City. This is a beautiful city with beautiful landscape and a lot of historical and cultural sites. And one of the problems that the city is facing is how to preserve these sites and pass them on to the next generation. Well, apart from the efforts of the local authority and Vietnamese experts, foreign experts also do a part in this as well. Within the last 9 years, a German lady in the city has been devoting all her time and efforts for the preservation of those sites. Well, 9 years in Vietnam and in a city like Hue, she must have some special reason for that. Being the former capital during the Nguyen Dynasty, Hue has been one of Vietnam's main culture, religious, and educational centers. Among the many beautiful and precious historical sites, Hue Citadel is the most outstanding. The structure was recognized as a World Cultural Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1993. And in a bid to preserve the beauty of Hue Citadel to future generations, a host of restoration and preservation projects have been jointly carried out by Vietnamese and foreign experts in past years. No one is allowed to ride a motorbike in Hue Citadel, but this foreigner is not a tourist. She is Andrea Teufel, a German restorer who has been working in Hue since 2003.
My dream was for a long time already Asia, and because Asia and Germany and Vietnam have a special relation, so that's why I was more close to Vietnam than all the other countries. And when I saw people, Asian people in East Germany, I grew up in East Germany, they were from Vietnam, so I had a relation long time ago before, and then there was an opportunity to come to Vietnam, and I was very happy, and I say yes, of course I want. And so it's 9 years ago, and I'm still here.
A small room in the interior treasury of Hue Citadel has been turned into the office for Andrea. Bottles, vases, paintbrushes, and loads of boxes of chemicals can be seen in every corner of the room. This is also where she trains Vietnamese restorers. Today, she teaches them how to mix plaster for restoration.
We have a special plaster, for example, special decoration, a beautiful city, beautiful relicts. I really love it. And I see here is a lack of people with a well education and restoration. I study 5 years and I know how difficult it is. So I try to give my best to spend all my knowledge to keep the beauty of Hue.
With her experience in restoration, Andrea's house Vietnamese restorers improved their skills in both theory and practice. And the young Vietnamese restorers are doing well with her support.
I have very good group. Usually they know what they have to do, but of course then I am on the scaffold with them and I show them all what they have to do. We do it together. They can ask me. This is very important. 3 of them, they work in this field for a couple of years already, and they have a knowledge. And now we work with different materials, and we do restoration. I also need the knowledge of them because they know how to cut the china and how to do all this. They know the forms. They learn it before. That's very good combination. It's not that they learn only from me. I also learn from them. And we combine our knowledge. This is the aim of the project.
Having dreamt of being a restorer since she was a child, Andrea devotes all of her time now on the job.
I think you need a school to study, to learn restoration. In Germany it's different. We have a longer tradition in this, and we study now. But for here, I think it's more, you need a school for people, they understand restoration. You need a good theoretical background, but you also need the skills. You have to work on site. I think for these people, they need a study combined with the school, like a professional training. So, and this, I think, this is my dream for the future. I really want to help to open something like this.
And her enthusiasm is greatly appreciated by the Vietnamese students. As far as I know, there's no restoration training in Vietnam, so the efforts of Andrea and other members of her organization are important. They will help us improve our skills and improve the skills of people involved in restoration work. Hopefully, when the project's finished and the foreign experts return home, we and other restorers will be ready for future restoration projects. Despite differences in language and culture, the young Vietnamese trainee restorers are working hard to equip themselves with the knowledge from Andrea. Restoration is a very difficult job. You need to do it carefully, bit by bit. Andrea has been doing all she can to instruct us. She has great love for being a restorer. Also, I know how big her love is for Huế and the art here. For now, Andrea and her students are finishing the restoration of the highest celestial temple. Tell me about this project, with the latest project undergoing.
This is a small temple, and it's from the time of Haydn, in the period of Haydn reign. And many buildings in Hue have this special type of mosaic in stucco. That means you have a form made by a plaster, by a lime plaster, and the surface is covered. It's not covered, but also it's a decoration, kind of decoration with all these pieces of...
It's like broken pieces of china.
Yes, it's a broken pieces of china. This is glass. Usually it's china and glass.
And here's the plaster, the new one.
Yes.
That you put in here.
Yes, because this leg was broken already, and we tried to find old pieces of china. This is difficult because now you cannot find, and to restore the leg.
And what about this statue? The statue seems is broken.
Yes, it's broken. It's this is a little bit difficult to restore. You need really strong plaster. Usually we don't work with concrete because concrete is not good for the...
It makes the statue so new. Right?
Yes, and also it's not good material. If they use concrete in the past, then it's okay. But if not, then you cannot use it. You destroy the original lime plaster. Here we can see, I show you before. We mix the ingredients like the old traditional one, because this is a very special plaster.
This one?
Yes.
This is the old plaster?
This is the old original plaster. We just clean it.
How could you find this?
This is very special, very durable, very stable in this aggressive climate. And we try it, and we make also parallel, we make analyses in Germany. What are the ingredients? We try to speak with old people, how they did in the past. And so we try to collect all the knowledge, and then we try.
Tối Linh Từ, or the highest celestial temple, is a small yet splendid witness to the heyday of the Nguyen dynasty. The project to restore this structure was started in July 2011, but in fact, with a large number of historical sites and artifacts, Hue needs a lot more support for preservation efforts. Hue's imperial city, built by the emperors of the Nguyen dynasty, is inspired both by ancient Oriental and local architecture. However, many parts of the structure have been damaged or even destroyed. Only a third of the original 147 buildings survived 3 decades of war in Vietnam. Many restoration and preservation projects have been implemented by domestic and foreign organizations to preserve the historical and architectural value of Hue's imperial city, and the German conservation, restoration, and education projects are among those. Antique Palace was the first site that Andrea and her colleagues worked on from 2003 to 2008. Although the project was finished a long time ago, Andrea still remembers every detail of the restoration process.
This was the first. What we did is to restore the paintings. They were in very terrible condition. We investigate a little bit and we find out on all walls are paintings. For 6 paintings we are 2 people and we had 6 weeks. In our investigation we find out that they want imitate maybe something like wood. Also the same like the doors. So we painted in the color like wood because we cannot remove all the color. It was too sticky. These are one of the saloon. Yes, and this is beautiful because it was terrible overpainted with a very strong lacquer. It was very difficult to remove all. It took time, long time. And it's also an oil painting on wall. And the meaning is like a silk wallpaper.
The conservation and restoration of the palace and the training scheme for young local people were a great success, and the outcome received critical acclaim. In 2008, on the occasion of the Hue Culture Festival, the restored rooms of the Antique Palace and an exhibition about the project were opened to the public. Now, this national monument has regained its splendor and is a key site to visit. On July the 20th, 2012, the restoration project of the highest celestial temple was completed. The success of the project once again proves the fruitful cooperation between Germany and Vietnam in preserving historical relics. And the great support of foreign experts like Andrea is greatly appreciated by the Vietnamese colleges. Foreign experts directly join in the restoration process and help train our artisans, allowing them to have access to modern technology. This takes place when the restoration process is underway. We also cooperate with foreign experts in terms of scientific research. This is important since they can share with us their knowledge and experiences they have gathered around the world. That will help us carry out restoration projects ourselves in the future. After finishing those projects, Andrea will soon move to other restoration projects in Hue. Having lived here since 2003, Andrea knows quite well what's needed to be done. Some might think she would get bored having lived in Hue for such a long time, but in fact, Andrea loves to stay here because with Hue, she can do the thing she has been dreaming of, restoring the lost beauty of structures.
I live here for a long time and it's my home. It's my second home. My first home is Germany, but this is my second home. I really love it. I love Hue. It's a beautiful city. It's quiet, it's green, it's beautiful, it's not so modern. You know, the restaurant, they love it a little bit more old style. And yes, I really want to give my best to keep the beauty of Hue.
A foreign lady riding an old motorbike through the streets of Hue day after day. She lives like any ordinary Hue person. She's attracted by the beautiful scenery, the people, and the culture here. And she's working to revive the lost beauty of parts of Hue. She's Andrea Teufel, the German restorer.